Yo, back in the studio.
You know why coconut oil is so good for you.
Talking about the MCT oil?
I'm talking about the MCT.
I know, but listen, bro. I know, but listen, Brian.
Chain branch
triglycerides.
Yeah,
something like that.
Either way,
MCT oil. You didn't have to go there.
Good part.
I know, but let me tell you this.
What?
The problem I have with MCT oil, why you got away from it, that whole bulletproof coffee movement.
Yeah.
My coffee tasted like an oil spill in the ocean. Literally, you put the oil in, it just bubbles to the top.
Why don't you just?
So I was like, "Hey, hey Aubrey, how about you guys? How about you do something and make a new MCT oil?"
Oh, you mean you wanted them to maybe emulsify it?
Wait, what?
You wanted them to emulsify.
All right, now break it down for me and the listeners.
Oh, okay. Well, when you emulsify something, Evan, why don't you look up what emulsify means?
Well, no, the read I gave in front of you kind of says it.
No. Listen, the bottom line, it acts just like regular MCT, but it mixes effortlessly.
Yeah, you don't have to put it in a blender anymore. You can
hot, cold, no more oil floating on the top of your coffee. Just grab a cup, pour liquid, add MCT oil. See what it does.
But do they have flavors? Like, is there coconut or strawberry or what are we talking about?
How about vanilla, coconut, and strawberry? How about that?
All right.
How about
you know what? On it, just when I didn't think you could get any better, you go and make an MCT oil like this.
It just mixes in with your coffee. You don't taste it. Look, Rogan does it. You do it. I haven't done it yet. You're
going to be doing it now.
Why not? Because it's true. When you get that oil slick at the top of your coffee, you're like, hey, what's going on? Is my coffee like the ocean? Super. I just think pollution's funny. The bottom line is, ladies and gentlemen,
bottom line is On It did it again.
Yeah.
And you guys can get 10% off. Onnit.com/fighter, 10% off, including their delicious coffee, their new MCT oil, their kettlebells, their mace, everything.
Yeah. And one thing that I think most, from what I have read, and I do read about this stuff, I think most nutritional authorities agree that MCT oil is good for you.
There's some good benefits to it.
Yeah,
that's for
there's
sure.
a lot of science. So look it up yourself instead of me pushing it.
Just go to onnit.com/academy. They got all sorts of info. Get on it. Onnit.com/fighter. Now get your coffee and your new MCT oil from them. Booyah.
Caffeine and emulsify.
Oh, dig it.
I think when you emulsify, it means it's water soluble or something like that. Who the hell knows?
Yeah, we'll figure it out. If you don't know, though, don't bring it up.
Not a chemist.
Hey, on it. Don't hire us as scientists. We have a special guest today, though.
Well,
the one and only Sam Tripoli.
Bam. The monster, one of my favorite comics. And
we sent the bat signal, and Sam answered.
Hell yeah. I just wait, staring into the sky for when the fighter kid called me in. It's the fighter kid and the fat guy. I love your chola. Looks like she got attacked by a mountain lion with those jeans.
Talking
look
about
at those.
Special K?
Yeah, look at that. Like she's just going for a nice jog.
No,
and then all of a sudden a mountain lion just tried to tear her clothes off or something. Look at that.
She looks like a Kardashian sister.
Right? Like, did you pay full price for those pants? Because you only got half.
Hey, she looks like a Kardashian sister if you dipped one of those sisters in pretty sauce.
Oh! Positive harassment.
Positive harassment.
Positive harassment.
Episode of positive harassment.
Positive harassment.
Sam Tripoli, you're not losing an inch, like not a smidgen of your hair.
That's all I have going for me.
You're not that fat.
Everything else is bad angles, dude. I had pizza and hamburgers
this morning.
Chocolate pudding last night. My girlfriend was throwing out all these s'mores and puddings.
Why?
And she's throwing it out, but I thought she left it out for me. And I just, and I was just eating, and then I woke up with a tummy ache.
Fucking trash can.
I don't care.
You're a
I just
human
throw it in.
can.
I got zero
like
fucks
a human
to give.
Oscar the Grouch.
Yeah,
that's
where I'm at, dude.
Does your girl?
I gave up.
Does your girl eat junk?
Yeah, she's full in her junk mode too. We've both given up.
So you got a girl?
Yeah, I've had a girl for a while, dude.
I didn't know that. What'd she do?
She's a producer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
She's a good girl.
We've been together forever.
I didn't know that.
Oh, wow.
Forever.
It's good you guys know each other so well.
Yeah, we both gave up.
You both gave up? Is she putting on some LBs?
Well, I'm putting up the LB. She's doing fine.
Girls don't
It's
care.
cool when you have a partner in crime, though.
No,
if you are going to put on some LBs, you want your best friend, your life partner, put on the LBs too. You can't have one dead sexy and the other one just blew the fuck
It's a
out.
hacky joke, and there's been some cute, talk about it being hacky, but they really do. Women try to make you unfuckable. That is their real goal, is they get you in and then they fatten you up so nobody wants anything to do with you.
Well, what's funny is that my wife is somehow still attracted to me, and I know that.
You're shredded, buddy.
I'm not. I look at myself when
You're in prison shape. That's how shredded you are.
I look at myself and I go, I would
You
never
say
be
prison, I
attracted
say
to
Syrian refugee.
yeah, I would exactly. I would never be attracted to me. I'm not trying to be a dick, but like I look at her and I go, how would you be attracted to me? She had a pick of studs, but listen, sometimes
There's something about you, dude.
Well, you know what she said to me?
Might be that
I
fat
swear to
dick
God,
in your bank account, Brian. Hate to tell you.
It might be that.
You're
You got a
sugar.
fat
Hey,
dick in your
hey,
bank
look at
account?
me. You're sugar daddy.
That's true. But you know what she said to me? And I was dead serious. I said to her, I go, why? This is so funny. I go, why would you be attracted to me? Because I saw myself in Fighting the Kid 3D. I go, I'm losing my hair. I'm just old. And she goes, because you have a strong jawline and you're incredibly charismatic. That's why. Oh, and everybody adores you. And
That is kind of hit
me.
now.
I kind of sat back and I went, I'll take that. I will fucking take that.
You are, man. Last thing he goes, charisma.
Yeah, well, listen,
Then before you know it, you'll be yelling at people to get off your lawn.
Yeah.
Get off my lawn! You used to be charismatic, old man.
Sam,
I feel
how's your show going? How's Punch Drunk going, buddy?
It's great.
Yeah?
We love it. Ari just was in for town for a while. Now he's back out of town.
Ari special drop? Is that what he's in
No,
town
he's got
for?
his TV show
right?
going.
Yeah,
he's got this is not happening Tuesday nights at midnight.
Comedy Central.
Yeah, dude, he's killing it. He's an awesome storyteller. Like
Good guy.
He's a good guy. I wouldn't go crazy, but he's a nice guy. I love Ari. I love him. Yeah. Sometimes I'm gonna have to beat his dick in one night because we're gonna fight at Jason Ellis's Ellis Mania.
Are you guys officially fighting?
We're gonna fight.
You and
Is that confirmed?
That guy's crazy too because he's like, we're gonna go 5-minute rounds. I'm like, do you know 3
Ari
minutes
said
in,
that?
one of us will be dead?
Ari said that?
Yeah.
Oh, bad
has
idea.
no idea.
Crazy.
That's how we know he's never fought
Because he
before.
power walks, right? He thinks
Yeah.
because he power walks in New York City that he's training. It's like, no, dude. I got lucky. I did Jason Ellis's Ellis Mania recently. I did the one
you
in Vegas.
fight?
I did fight.
Who'd you fight?
I fought like probably some of her cousins, like 5'8" Mexicans. I literally was fighting these dudes, and I was so lucky because I've been trained my whole life, not to the point of any kind of shape, but I've always been in martial arts, Thai boxing, striking, all that stuff. So I was always a counter puncher. So I just like duck, bam, and pop these dudes. But I'm so
You're beating up
out
a
of
bunch
shape.
of midgets?
I beat up a bunch of little guys, which is how I prefer
So you
it.
did okay. You did okay.
Yeah, I'd rather beat up a bunch of little guys than one big guy. I just feel better about.
can see
Well,
the
you're
gratification.
half Armenian.
Yes,
And the Armenians have a
It's
long
Italians
tradition.
the other
fought-
half.
Yeah. And Armenians especially,
Salty.
it's not hard to find a good wrestler, a
Yeah.
good boxer in the Armenian community.
yeah.
They're rough.
Armenian schools are like fight clubs.
Yeah.
That's really how you
Isn't
learn.
Jason Ellis's show's coming up again, right? Ellis Mania.
Yeah, he's
soon.
doing it
'Cause
in
Whitney Miller
Vancouver.
from On It's been training here at Tony Jeffrey's gym, getting ready for it. She's fighting some girl.
Well, I think he just might have had one in Vancouver, and he just knocked some dude out.
Jason
That
Ellis
guy-
did?
Yeah. You know, I was thinking I'd like to see Ellis versus Rogan. I think that'd be. I know Rogan would probably murder him. but I
Rogan
think
would
it would
kick his head off.
I would love to see the
Jason,
fight.
Jason, from what I've seen, is for a civilian is not a slouch.
We're all civilians. No one's soldiers here.
No, for a civilian, as in he's not a professional fighter, and he looks like he can throw his hands. He's a big guy. He's athletic.
Yeah.
And he's not really afraid to take a punch.
He's not afraid to get
but
punched
he
hard
was a
in the face.
professional athlete, skateboarder, top 3 in the world for
That's
a long,
saying
long
something.
time.
That is saying something.
Yeah, I'd love to
I
see
wouldn't
that.
wanna strap
Jason's
with him.
crazy, man.
He is crazy.
And whenever I see him, when we do his show or he does ours, before we walk in, he goes, dude, I know it's not good for my brain. Let's not go over it. I'm like, cool, man. Because I always try to talk him out of it. Me and Dr. Drew and I, when I was on Loveline, I was talking to Dr. Drew. He's like, dude, someone needs to tell him. Like, he's getting serious brain trauma.
He doesn't
and so I
care.
try and tell him. It's like this self hate, and he just freaking just doesn't.
Do you think
give
that
a
adds to his
fuck.
mood swings?
It's not helping.
Because I'll go on a show once in a while and he's in a bad mood. You're like, oh, why are we even doing this at this point?
Maybe that's just age. I don't know. I'm in a bad mood sometimes.
Really?
If I don't get enough
Everything's
sleep-
glorious.
Hey, don't ever compare yourself to Jason Ellis. His background and upbringing, that guy has legit excuses why he's having bad days.
You know what I wanted to
If you talk
ask
to
you?
Jason, he's
Yeah.
been through some shit, man.
I walked in, I'm like, oh, God.
You know,
it's going to be one of those days.
Well, we hung out with him, and I was late to this dinner that Brian and Jason and a bunch of us going to. And so Brian and Jason were talking, and Brian goes to Jason, man, Shab loves you, man. Shab just wants to, he always talked about how we all wish we hung out more. And Jason literally thought Brian was lying. He was like, get the fuck. Brendan
Like,
doesn't,
believe
Brendan
that-
doesn't like
he
me.
can't believe
And
that
then
we
Brian's
like
like,
him.
no, Brendan loves you, man. He talks about you all the time. He's like, no, get the fuck out
And
of
I
here.
like him. You know, he
Yeah.
can't believe that we like him. Like I I
He's
genuinely.
literally
He
one
is
of my
weird like that,
He's one of my
right?
favorite human beings.
Well, he's also. I think he's very. And it's not. Forget him being honest and stuff. I think Jason is a very intelligent
Yeah.
guy.
Highly
Well, you don't
intelligent.
get there without having a little smarts.
Yeah,
And
he's-
maintaining that show 5 days a week with the following
Well,
that he
he's
has.
got discipline. He's got that. You look at him tattoos and you think, well, that dude is obviously very disciplined.
And he lives a crazy life.
And he is
man.
insecure because I remember meeting.
bless him.
I was on a show and he's like, "I don't think that guy likes me," and it was so funny because I just met with like 2 other people that are kind of I see the pinnacle of their profession, and they were so insecure, and it was all pretty much about the same guy too.
Well, that's entertainment, though, right? To be an entertainer, you got to be a little insecure.
Gotta be a little
You can't be
crazy.
that confident and think everything's all good.
Yeah.
I don't want to change subject, but I got to ask you something. You remember when you did my gay naughty show and you crushed it with a room full of gay guys?
I was there. Oh wait, I wasn't.
No,
there.
you were at the one at the
Hotel
W,
one.
but
that was fun too.
I like to once in a while do a naughty show that has like adult film stars and it's crazy and it's really
love that
fun
show.
and occasionally I'll do a gay naughty show during Pride Week because it's straight cash.
Yeah.
Like those dudes will buy everything. Like there's not a dollar amount they won't pay.
They don't have kids a lot of times.
They know. They
got their tan
Yeah, they
buddy
can't have
that they go to
kids.
brunch with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Can't
about-
get anal pregnant.
It was
That's
fun
what I-
though, or it was fun or
Can't
what?
get anal pregnant.
Right? So you get, and I'm like, I'm gonna put Brian on, because I don't know how it's gonna go, and you just destroyed, and you can always tell when Brian's destroying because he won't get off stage. That's how you know.
Keep destroying them.
Oh, he's
like
just
a wave.
crushing them. It's like, Brian, okay, we gotta go. Nah, here's another one more. It's the classic. One more story I gotta tell
Yeah.
before I go, and it's always like a 10-minute story. But you crush. So I'm gonna do it again. I know you're moving and shaking, but if you're in town,
I love doing
know
that
they
show.
love
When
to have
is
you
it?
back.
I love
When
doing
is
the
it?
show.
It's gonna be June 8th or 9th. I'm not sure. I gotta look up the numbers.
I think I'm around.
Shit, Evan might be front row in that bitch.
Dude, it is the most entertaining stuff ever. Did you guys ever hear of a gay bar named Mickey's? I know it's
Evan?
not where this show wants to go, but it's really funny. Do you know it recently got shut down? It's like the
How
Roadhouse
dare
of
they?
gay bars. You know why they shut it down?
Why?
Because they screened the UFC there, right?
Oh,
They're
that
always
happened.
screening that.
That
And
happened.
one of the go-go dancers got so excited, and this is part of the joke that I tell, but it's like he whipped his dick out right in the middle of thing. He was so excited watching the fights. Someone called the cops
Oh no.
at the gay bar because someone whipped their dick
Hold
out.
up.
God forbid
Hold
there's a
up.
dick in the air.
That guy got what? First of all, I want to know what fight he was like. Oh, Conor McGregor, fucking just
Dude,
slapping.
that's
his
the
dick.
West Hollywood handshake right there.
Well,
and they shut it
hey,
down.
But you can't have that.
It
You
might
can't
have
have
been, It might
that.
have been a long line of violations, and they were
No,
like,
you know what the
"That's
thing
it,
is, though?
One more dick in the air."
This
I have
glory hole
buddies-
isn't regulation.
I have buddies who have gyms, and who knows what they were doing. But if the UFC or the pay-per-view people find out that you're broadcasting it,
Oh, they go
and you didn't
crazy.
pay, like it's something like per capita, I think it's like $6,000 or
Yeah.
$3,000 just to air it, depending on how
for-
many people
for a
you
club,
have
yeah,
for a
for a
club.
bar.
And if you don't pay that, trust me, they come after you.
They come after
They come after you big time. They do not play that. So he might shaking his dick might have added to it, brought attention to it, but they might not have been paying the bill.
Yeah,
It might have
probably
been-
not.
They might have been pirating it.
Yeah.
Well, the oldest gay bar in Venice, the Roosterfish, has been there forever.
Is
It's
that
been
off Abbott?
Abbott Kinney. Awesome old gay bar, tiny hole in the wall, dive bar.
There's no one ever in there.
Part of well, at night there is.
Yeah.
Not that I
Like
would
at
know.
like 2 a.m.
And it's a mainstay, and they jack their rent to $40,000 a month, and they have to leave.
Oh.
Venice is going away. The old beautiful Venice. It's
like San Francisco.
It's all too much money, man. Google moved in, now it's all corporate chains.
Same thing with San
Abbott Kinney.
Francisco. And what do you think about everything in Hollywood? Is like Inception. Is it me? Like every time you drive around, just a new neighborhood has just suddenly
Yes.
appeared.
Yes.
How did like 1 week did like a 20-store building just fly up? What are you using, Legos? I mean, how are you building this shit
It is
in the middle of
weird.
nowhere?
Cities are changing that way, but I think we're at a point now where we might be. There are, I've talked to a lot of financial managers and stuff. With China's economy.
Are these your
slowing
Illuminati
down-
meetings?
Well, yes, but China's economy slowing down. Russia's economy is in shambles. There's not as much foreign money. Brazil's in big trouble. Without that foreign money and without them being able to buy our goods and things like that, there is a very good chance that a lot of this real estate boom and these prices are going to slow way down.
Not on the west side.
Well, dude,
Never
you
go
drive
there.
by them. There's nobody in those buildings.
Yeah, well, that's like New York.
In Hollywood,
New York,
yeah,
they were
it's tough.
they're building these towers, and what happens is people like really rich Chinese and Russian guys and stuff put their money there because it's safe, and those apartments They're selling them at sometimes for $6,000 a square foot. Think about this.
Jesus.
$6,000 a square foot, and they are just
In
sitting
Manhattan
there
or something?
empty because it's actually just a safe place for that foreign company or foreign guy to
makes
keep
sense.
his money. Yeah.
Panama
I was
Papers.
going to say, or you go to Panama
Yeah.
and have a law firm.
$1 trillion.
Yeah.
Love it.
Nobody wants to pay their taxes.
I love the list of people, and like they expect us to be shocked by this. Vladimir Putin.
the dictator of North
Yeah,
Korea.
Yeah, you're like,
Most
that makes
crooked guy
sense.
in the world.
He
Yeah,
wasn't
no
paying
shit.
taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like the usual suspects.
Yeah, it's true. But you know that the Panamanian government was probably involved.
Did flipping scripts on you? Maybe you guys. We haven't really talked about it. Did you watch the season finale of the O.J. Simpson stuff?
Oh, I'm watching it right now. I don't know how I feel about
Hey,
this show.
spoiler alert: he gets found not guilty.
Yeah, that's great. I watched this live. It's so
I
weird.
watched it live. I was so into it. I remember in school I was in I think 8th or 9th grade, and they stopped my math class. Miss Bennett turned on the TV, and everyone stopped, and literally the whole world stopped to watch it.
Have you
It's
heard
insane.
all the conspircy theories on
Not
what
really.
they think really
He's
happened?
obviously guilty, but not really.
But have you ever heard other theories?
No, I don't really need to hear other theories because when like on the season finale, they break it down with the evidence. And I
Yeah.
looked into it, and it's real.
Right.
The chances of that being someone else doing it,
Yeah.
the blood and all that, is 1 in 6.7 billion.
Yeah. It's got to be
There's not
another
even that many
planet.
people in the world. So
Yeah,
it's
it's gotta be another
guaran-
planet.
It's guaranteed it's him. It's like literally
There's
guaranteed.
thoughts it was his brother, not his brother, his son.
His son, yeah.
There's a thought about the son. There's a thought about AJ Crowlings. There's a thought about Mob Hit, that OJ was a giant coke dealer, actually. And if you kind of think about who would be the best coke dealer in the world, it's the guy running through the fucking airport with Hertz Rent-A-Car. Nobody's thinking about that guy. Nobody thinks that the briefcase is full of cocaine, you
I
know?
don't think he'd need the money, and I think
No,
he'd need
or the
that.
hassle. And he had a huge rap sheet of domestic violence, and she even put away a thing and pictures and notes because she knew he was going to kill her.
Well, her sister said-
Unbelievable.
When her sister found out, her sister screamed. From what I understand, he did it.
Well, yeah, no, everyone knows that. I'm saying she literally mailed to someone all these pictures, these articles, this written journal of how many times he beat her up, what he did.
Yeah,
how
that was
he-
all in her safety deposit box,
Yeah,
right?
and she put in a safe deposit box so people can get out later because she knew eventually he was going to kill her.
Unbelievable.
What do you think about Rob Kardashian's portrayal in this show?
I love everyone. I'm starting to like Cuban Gooden Jr. a little more. At first, I didn't really like him, but I think
that guy cruises for ass at the Saddle Ranch.
yeah,
That's how that guy parties.
yeah.
Saddle Ranch, a house of syphilis built. You're fucking. You want an Oscar, motherfucker, and
Yeah,
you're
man.
cruising for
Kill
trailer
the
park
game.
snatch at a
Kill-
fucking Saddle Ranch.
Yeah, well,
What's
me
wrong with you? Let me.
Jerry Maguire was a long time ago, my man.
Yeah, man.
He's back
He's a
now.
good actor, though.
Amazing.
He's a great
been really
actor.
good at O.J. Simpson.
Just don't do Snow Dogs 2. That's the big thing.
That's where he fucked up. Did you ever see his movie on the boat, the cruise ship? You ever see that where he fakes like he's gay to get this hot girl? Oh, it's brilliant.
He's a good actor, man.
He's good. But I thought Kardashian, the guy from Friends,
Yeah.
the guy who played him, I thought he was great.
I think he's excellent at it, but they rewrite history on him. Like, there's a big thought that he walked that knife out of there.
No, well, maybe. See, I'm not a conspiracy theory guy. I think you can tell too, and he's written about it obviously before he passed, where he was so ashamed because he realized once he saw the evidence that OJ actually did it, because he was Nicole Brown's good friend too, right?
Yeah.
That he met OJ through her.
He stopped talking to OJ.
Stopped talking to
I
him.
don't think he walked a knife out of there. I think that
He felt sick to his stomach.
Yeah.
How crazy that all of them died. Most of like the big players,
Except for that
OJ's
one guy.
prosecuting
Except for
team died.
John Travolta. He's still rocking.
Shapiro's
Cruising.
still doing the damn thing.
Shapiro's still alive.
Oh, yeah.
But Johnny Cochran died of a brain tumor. Kardashian died of a brain tumor, I think, right? And Lee Bailey, F. Lee Bailey, died of a heart attack.
How crazy that karma.
Yeah.
It's just weird. Like, it shows you how I think what was going on is how Johnny Cochran, he said, it's not a matter of whether he killed him or not. This is more of a story on how America treats black guys. And it's not about murders and all that. It's who can tell the best story.
100%.
And that's what we're going to do. And I think the courtroom, LA in general, was so worried about the backlash. Even if he did do it, they're like, well, we let one murder go off. It's better than dealing with all this backlash of the riots in LA and all that stuff. So let's not guilty.
What about when his hand didn't fit in the glove?
Do you hear what that was about?
Did they-
Arthritis medicine, right? Like, supposedly, like, if he didn't take his arthritis medicine, his hands would like bloat. So they're like, don't take the medicine, your hand's going to blow, and they couldn't fit the...
Damn.
But then there's a million pictures of him with that exact same glove on in an XL in all these commercials.
Dude.
It's so clear he did it.
Yeah.
Didn't they wouldn't let him try on the actual glove that they were holding for evidence either.
No, they
made
did.
him- No, didn't they make him put on a glove under that so it wouldn't contaminate the evidence?
No, they let him put on the glove, but they also didn't realize that there's blood all over the glove, so that would shrink the actual glove too. God damn it, figure it out. The prosecution team. God damn it.
They really dropped the ball, didn't they?
And that's what she said. That's what Martha, the prosecution team, said. She goes, "Man, this is a home run. I literally dropped the ball. They just didn't."
I remember when the black guy who she ended up having an affair with, who was also the prosecutor.
Yeah, the bald
He
cat.
started to cry at the end of it. Do you remember that?
Yeah, they show that. Yeah, he starts crying. He says sorry to the family, the Browns, and all that. It's tough. Man.
That was very moving. He literally broke down and started crying.
Well, it's also
you
hard.
fucked up. Go ahead and cry it out.
Yeah, but it's almost like, they did fucked up. But that jury, a lot of them had a mission.
You talking about the all-black jury?
Yeah, I mean,
There's literally like 2 white people and then the rest were black.
They had a mission, dude. They had a mission, and regardless of, unless they have a video showing him doing it, they were angry. You just had the beatings.
Rodney King,
the riots. I mean, people were pissed off.
It was like the perfect timing of all this to happen.
Yeah, and it's just like OJ just got lucky, and he kind of used, it was very interesting when he says, like, I'm not black, I'm the juice. And then, like, that's what he falls back on to save his ass.
There's so much weird stuff. Like, that they were saying that Martha was saying this prosecution team in their closing arguments, how she goes, no one thinks it's weird when the police, when they found Nicole Brown's body, his wife, his mother of his kids, they call him, go, listen, Nicole, your wife has been found dead. He doesn't say how it happened. He doesn't say where. He just goes, I'm on my way to the airport. What the fuck's wrong with you?
I really wonder what his kids think and how they're dealing.
Dude, they showed up.
They don't have a relationship with him.
They don't? Of course not. And they showed a picture
They
of
can't
her,
kill
and
my
I feel
mom and
so
be cool.
bad for his daughter because she had all the genes to be drop dead
There's
gorgeous.
one hot one, I thought.
No.
And then one kind of blew up.
The one that blew up is the daughter of Nicole.
Yeah.
And it's just like, mentally, it's like gotta just destroy her.
I bet, man. Can you imagine?
No, I can't actually.
It's horrible.
And what the thing is
what a bad
decision.
decision.
He was found not guilty, but karma and life was like, nah, bitch, that's not the way it works. And the world literally turned on him.
Oh,
literally
yeah.
Turned on him.
Yeah.
He wanted to go to Vegas and celebrate, and they're like, no, we're good, man. You're just because you got off in court, everyone knows you did it. So there's none of that. His friends didn't believe him. His family didn't really believe him. He couldn't go anywhere. Like, your life is over. You might as well serve life in prison.
You know what's really weird is that like NBC didn't drop him from his football job for like 3 weeks in. Like after he got he was still employed doing football analyzing for NBC.
Well, I think they were that shocked just because it was OJ. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, everybody was.
It's crazy, dude.
It was unbelievable.
Do you think we'll ever see something like that again?
I do, because I think people are impulsive, and I think that the real question for me is: was that an impulsive act, or are we dealing with a bad guy, a sociopath?
I think
right?
both. But you know what?
He beat her for a long time.
But
He's a
check this out,
shithead.
B. You know what they said they would? The defense team would went with this time. Can you guess?
Wait.
CTE. Brain trauma from
that
all those
makes
years
total
of football.
sense. Yeah.
They said that he would have pled some sort of insanity instead of not guilty, because obviously you're guilty. So they would have went
Unbelievable.
with CTE, brain trauma.
That changed television. That changed fame. That changed Hollywood.
That's reality
that changed
TV at
everything.
its finest,
That's
son.
where reality just hit, and they just realized people love gossip and drama, and it just boom, and now that's everything now.
Well, there's also another side to it too. It feels like when you watch something on TV and it's turned into a spectacle, somehow it seems less harmful.
Well, we forgot that 2 people were murdered in cold blood in Brentwood.
Yes.
You ever been to Brentwood?
Yes. Did I ever tell you that my experience with Ron Goldman's?
You ever been to Brentwood?
Ron, I bought a.
I'm trying to move there.
So I'm
Now that OJ's out.
I'm in Arizona. I'm in Sedona, I think, at the Nordstrom's, and I go to buy a sweater, and I look at the guy who's selling me the sweater, and I go, that guy looks so familiar, and it had his name, and it was his father.
It was Brown?
Yeah, no, Goldman.
Gold.
Yeah, Ron Goldman. I think.
Ron Goldman is
The
his
father.
dad.
And Rod Goldman
Yeah.
some
And he
Tommy
sold
Bahama
me-
shirts
Yeah,
now?
he sold me my T-shirt. I invited him to my
okay,
show,
this
and I
started
was
out
with
good.
who the hell was I with? Somebody was with me, and I said, "You know, I wasn't." My buddy goes, "Yeah, I know that was." And it was really. I swear to
Poor
God, I'm not
guy.
being dramatic. I could see the sadness on his face.
Are you kidding me?
You know,
Hell yeah.
Still, he was so nice, and I invited him to my show, and I don't know, man. He didn't come, and I gave my number, but that was it. It was really, really.
That's
it was just
such
so
a
surreal.
bummer, man. Well, that's the thing. When you watch this whole process and how everything went down, you're like, damn, people are forgetting. Like, we're tuned into the drama and all the new facts, but you forget 2 people were murdered in
They got a
cold
nightmare
blood.
phone call. They got a nightmare phone call, which is the police.
It's the worst
calling
phone call
saying,
in the world.
I have terrible news. Someone took your son's life. Someone took your daughter's
And how
life.
weird is it that you knew right away who it was, and then he gets off? Imagine that.
That's horrible. Dude, can I just say
He's up for parole soon, though.
the casting director, whoever cast this show,
Brilliant.
knocked it out of the park, man.
They look identical.
The guy who plays Ron Goldman plays it so well.
Would you see the season finale? Put them side by side. You're like, holy fuck, they look identical.
Damn.
Identical.
Really?
Identical.
He's a good-looking guy too. Good-looking kid, right? Ron Goldman.
Ron was, yeah.
Yeah.
Good-looking kid, living the life. Living the life, man.
Yeah.
Driving OJ's cars around. That
Was
you know, yeah,
That's what did it, really.
Yeah.
Really?
They think, like, you know, OJ was obviously beat the shit out all the time, was a bad person, but then he would have to, you know, he still lived in Brentwood, and she had her own apartment, right? Had
Yeah.
an apartment. But he, you know, think about it. You're OJ Simpson. You've worked your entire life. You have money in the bank. You're a celebrity now. Your wife's fucking another dude. Whatever. Some people say she's pretty promiscuous, blah, blah, blah.
He was apparently.
She
he
loves
was
that
fucking-
D, dude.
apparently
What's
he
wrong
was-
with that?
Hey.
He was banging everybody.
You don't get to be the Heisman winner and you just fuck one girl. Well, that's another story.
And I have no
However,
problem with that either. Everyone's mad at Nick Young. It's like you want to marry an NBA player. That's what happens, man.
That's like being Maddie as a giant dick. Well, he's 7 foot tall and black. Yes.
That's what they
Anyways,
did.
but yeah. So they were saying, like, you know, he would see this kid around town driving his Ferraris, wearing his shit, watches. Yeah, and if you're a man, you're like, what the fuck? I'm not saying you cut his face off. I'm just saying think about it.
That's Chris Rock's bit.
You're already a bad person. And then something like that, you're going over the top.
Yeah. Chris Rock's like, you know,
Hey, what's up with
but
Kato?
I understand.
I knew Kato Kaelin for a while. I actually.
Oh, I've
did-
been reading-
I did a
He's
Mad
charismatic
TV.
as
He was
fuck,
on, he was
man.
on Mad TV, and I loved him. He was a sweetheart.
I got something that's gonna. Well, so Kato Kaelin.
Give me the scoop on him.
So Kato Kaelin, every episode has been writing a blog saying what really happened, what they're exaggerating on. I've been reading them. I'm balls deep in OJ Simpson. I love all this stuff.
Someone in prison
might have stopped by
probably
the
is.
murder scene. Not a big deal. So the thing is,
Did you?
Well,
Did you do the O.J. Simpson tour?
I did. On accident. On accident.
On
The
accident?
day it happened. Yeah.
What, your GPS just took you
I
everywhere?
did, and I was like, what? And I took pictures, selfies. Boom.
Take a left to the murder scene.
Yeah. But so he was writing, and he was saying how crazy like this whole media spectacle was at the time all this was happening. People come up to him, have him autograph footballs. They asked him to autograph OJ's Bronco and shit.
Wait, this was Kato.
Kato.
Yes.
He was saying this now. Then he was
Yes.
also saying how
Fucking everything.
Our makeup guy brought a bust of OJ and asked Kato to sign it on
Yes.
set, and we were like, "Don't ask him to do that."
dude, this is weird. He goes, listen, people forget I'm still that entertainer looking for his big break. That's how he signed off. I was like,
I'm being honest
if
with
the
you,
OJ
man.
Simpson thing didn't kick it off for you,
I-
hey, listen to me. It ain't happening.
He
Kato
did an episode of Mad
Kaelin
TV.
is charismatic, and he could have been a what's his face?
He
from
could have
American
been
Idol.
Tom Hanks.
I spent
No,
some time
American
with him.
Idol guy.
Yes. Ryan
Seacrest.
yeah.
Ryan
He
Seacrest
could
is
have been
a
a
beast.
Seacrest.
I agree with you.
Seacrest is a beast.
But
His
Kato
work
Kaelin
ethic
has
is
that
crazy.
charisma.
I agree with
Yeah.
you because Kato is, and I've only hung out with him about a week when he did the show, maybe 3 days.
Mad
and then-
TVB?
Yep, and then I hung out with him a little bit after that, just for a night. So I don't know him well, but I will say this: he's really funny. He's got a good sense of humor. He's got a great.
He's still
I don't think he's
Banging top
we should
shelf.
actually get him on the podcast and talk.
He
to
just did a podcast too. I forget whose.
Yeah.
Oh, he did AJ Hawk's podcast.
him. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll talk to AJ. Get it.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get his contact
like
info.
it.
That would be fun to talk about OJ.
Yeah.
Well, he was in the guest house.
yeah.
What exactly was his thing?
He was that pool.
He was
boy,
just
right?
friends
Was he
with them.
fucking Nicole? or
No,
something?
but
He
they
was
just-
he was just this dime piece in the back that swim in the pool and shit.
Yeah.
And then That's
Dude,
it.
he's that charismatic.
Did you see anything?
He convinced them to let him stay there.
Did you see anything though? You saw nothing.
He said he heard a thump or something, right?
Hey, bro.
Yeah, he thought it was an earthquake because he heard some guy just boom, 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 some boom, 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 booms. And that's where they found the glove.
No, that's a Heisman winner.
Yeah.
In someone's throat.
Well, he fumbled.
It's not an earthquake. He fumbled.
You don't fumble the gloves.
It's so weird, man. I
How
don't
crazy
know.
the whole story. It's so fascinating to me.
Yeah.
So fascinating.
We are...
Taking 2 lives? That's crazy.
Human beings are such a... I got to just talk about... It's a little bit change the subject, but speaking of killing, there's a documentary called Gore.
I'm at the House of
Have you
Blue.
seen this documentary called Gore?
It's about the matador,
It's
the
about,
bulls.
Yeah, it's about matadors and bulls. I don't know if you know, but this guy who wasn't as graceful as a lot of matadors, so he had to be braver. And to make a name for yourself as a matador is super hard. I believe this is true in Spain. You are not allowed to approach a fighting bull on foot because you have to be on a bicycle or in a car because bulls will watch how a human walks and figure your body movements out. So the first time they see a person on foot
Jesus
is when
Christ.
they come into the... Yeah. And they are very fast and very dangerous. He's been gored 23 times.
And he's alive?
Not only is he alive, he got gored. He literally where it ripped his clothing. He wears like 4 layers. Ripped his clothing, jammed into his leg. They had to tie his leg off. Was unconscious, pulled a tube out of his mouth, and went back out and fought the bull.
Pretty gangster.
And took his shirt off and opened his shirt to the bull and said, "Do it."
Did the bull do it?
The bull tried. At one point, and their masters at stepping just out of the way of those horns. Oh, and they don't blunt those horns. Those horns it's just super sharp.
Dude, you and I should go do that.
He got stabbed in his femoral artery, dude.
I did with Mexican fighting bulls.
He got stabbed in his femoral artery. For every time his heart would beat, the blood was spraying on his face. They had to operate him. Got stabbed through the stomach. And he would just keep going after. The minute he came to after being gored through the stomach, because he said, "When can I bullfight again?"
Jeez, this guy's...
He's a bad
He's awesome.
mofo. Those dudes fight these bulls. And oh, by the way,
They don't fight
By
them.
the way, they die.
Yeah,
many
they don't
of them,
fight
Many of
them.
them die.
Who?
Matadors.
The matadors.
Yeah.
Here's what he does: when they release a bull, they will prod it and fuck with it until it's enraged.
See, that's why I like when the bulls fuck these guys.
And then they open
Yeah,
the draw.
I'm pro
Then
bull.
it's painful to watch
I know.
because they
See,
hurt the
I
bull.
can't watch it.
Yeah, but what they
That's
do
why I
is
like when these guys get gored.
They open.
Me
but
too, dude.
I gotta say,
Team animal,
they
dog.
open the thing. He's on his knees, and the bull comes running straight at him. He's on his knees, and he pivots. He just pivots. The first time you see him do it, he gets nailed. No,
It did work.
He's got to go to the hospital. He gets nailed head on. That's how a lot of guys die. The next time he does it, he just steps just out of the way.
And the bull runs by.
The balls.
The bull's like on cobblestone too. They're like slipping all over.
No.
I'm talking about the Spain.
That's running of the bulls.
That's what we need to do.
Yeah, no,
I'm not talking about sitting in front of the bull and let it guard.
You would
dicks
never
out.
be allowed to get in there. It takes a lifetime of practice. You don't become a matador without.
I root for
years of
whoever
training.
doesn't have a say in being there. That's who I root for.
Well, don't fuck with the animals and then people feel sorry when you get gored by the
You ever
bull.
see the
don't
one
feel
where it
sorry for
goes
him.
through the bottom
They
of
don't
his
feel sorry
mouth?
for him.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That's like, that's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Dude,
They pay a real price.
We should just call this episode "Death." Back to more death. You know who passed away recently? Well, not recently, but it got brought up. The
It's
anniversary.
called
Selena. You remember the Mexican singer Selena,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen her body? Have you ever seen a real picture of Selena?
No, can you bring one up, please?
She will shit all over J-Lo.
What?
She was J-Lo before. Her body is. She's like.
Not today,
she-
right? She's not that today.
Yeah, we're talking skeleton now.
Okay.
She's Nicki Minaj, J-Lo in one.
Come on.
My girl was telling me. My girl was like, "Oh no, Selena was huge." I'm like, "Wasn't that big?" She was enormous, and she was the first like curvy girl.
Yeah.
And I go, "Well," she goes, "Oh, she has the best ass anyone in entertainment." What? I looked her up. I was like, "Oh shit."
Is she on the
I need to watch my
dinero?
P's and
You
Q's.
don't say.
Another
She on the
level.
dinero?
The president of her fan club shot her.
No, her manager shot her. They found out her manager.
Her
was
fan club, man.
Well,
the head of
she
her
was her
fan club.
manager, but also head of her fan club. So she found out she was taking money from her, embezzling money. And so she was like, "You owe me all this money." She's like, "Cool, come get it." She went to get it. She shot her.
And what
Yeah,
happened?
that's why you don't fuck your
She died.
fans.
Her manager died in prison of cancer, like just recently. I think, or like 10 years ago.
Karma.
Jesus Christ.
Well, she lived kind of long, but yeah.
Oh, you don't know how bad they
cancer in jail. Cancer's really bad. Cancer coupled with jail, that's got to suck. Like John Gotti got throat cancer in jail, and he had to sit there and die of throat cancer. Must feel great.
How weird is it that I hear John Gotti, I'm like, God, that guy's a badass. Murderer, but I didn't want him to die of cancer.
He was a badass.
I know.
And John
Bad
Gotti,
person,
I know
really.
his lawyer. I knew his lawyer, Bruce Cutler.
Yeah.
I talked to his lawyer. His lawyer said, I've defended some very formidable men. John Gotti lived what he spoke. That dude was just a true mafioso, like in the old school. Keep your mouth shut, all that shit.
Here's the thing about the mafia.
He's a bad guy, though.
It's very interesting. Everyone hates mafia, but you think about music and Vegas are both considered way better when it was ran by the mafia.
Well, see, I think everyone
Right?
this
is how bad corporations are that we miss the mob days of whacking people.
But see, I think everyone idolizes mafia culture. And
romanticizes
rap culture.
it?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Romanticizes.
Everyone.
Yeah, nobody remembers the good.
It's a form of. Yeah, she is. There's Selena. It's
Her
a form.
booty
It's a
embodies
form of.
business.
They're.
Can you see that?
Warriors. I think we romanticize the idea that they kill each other.
Well, I think because
there's honor.
They try not
There's
to
some
kill,
rules.
Yeah,
but they're also what we like. I think what society likes is they're also outlaws. Like they don't do what the man tells them to do.
There was an article a long time ago about why the mafia fell. And it was a theory, and there are a lot of reasons, but the reason the mafia is no longer what it was, especially the Italian mafia, was because the argument was that they had a breakdown in family values. They used to be run like soldiers. It was very
because of
disciplined.
Lucky Luciano. If you know his
all those guys.
business mindset. No, Lucky's the guy who was the first comer from Italy in New York and told everyone how to run this business like a business instead of he was investing in legit businesses. He came up with a whole plan for everyone. Let's stop fucking killing each other and make money, man.
Yes.
He was
That's what
brilliant businessman.
I used to laugh at when
Killing was
like
the last resort.
he was like, why do we want to get in trouble? Go to prison.
Yeah,
I would laugh when
he used to say, "I need lawyers. I don't need tough guys," which they stole. I
You
guess,
know how he ended up getting
The
caught?
Godfather.
He owned a whorehouse, and that's how he got caught. From all the dirty shit
Tax
he ever
evasion,
did.
or?
Tax evasion, and then with prostitution.
you
was
should
illegal.
tax
That's how we got
ass.
him.
That's my opinion. We should tax ass. Ass should be
First of all,
prostitution
it
should be legal.
Should definitely be legal.
There's no victims. I mean, if you're mad at guys sleeping with women for money, then you should outlaw adultery, which should not be outlawed. So it should be tax ass, dude. Dude, if you tax ass and you tax cocaine, dude, everything would be fixed. There'd be so much money. Education would be the best. If you love the children and you want to make America great, tax ass, dude.
Yeah.
Tax ass. I mean, no kid left behind because every kid will get a limo to school. Do you understand? Like, we'd be able to afford everything.
Legit point.
Yeah.
Have you got some current events for us?
Sure do.
Before you jump into them, though, I just got to. Brian, let me ask you something.
Say? Yeah, buddy.
You know, we are headed to
Jump in.
We are headed to New Orleans.
We're going to New Orleans.
Now,
I'm so happy for you guys.
I'm worried, man, because we're doing House of Blues in New Orleans when this airs. That's tonight.
Yeah.
We'll be in New Orleans.
Yeah.
We might have a couple drinks, man. I'm worried how we're gonna get around.
Uber.
Should we get a rental car?
No, Uber.
What do you mean Uber?
All you do is I got an app on my phone, and you can just call Uber. See, Uber's used in most cities, and I'll tell you something else. If you want to earn some extra cash, all you got to do.
Wait, you're saying
Well, I'm saying
you can make extra cash by driving with Uber?
Yeah.
Drive with Uber?
Yeah.
Whoa. It's a smartphone app that connects riders and drivers. So as a driver, it helps you make extra money driving your own car, which you're going to do anyways.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So in other words,
And it's flexible? Yeah, but do I have to work like 9 to 5?
Look.
Am I working 9 to 5 though?
Not only do you not have to work 9 to 5, you know that back seat that's always empty in your car?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want to make money
By
off
filling
that
that?
back seat?
Oh, dude,
by
you're-
filling it up, and it's as easy as I think you can set yourself up.
Hold on.
Your phone.
All you got to do is just turn on the app on your phone and drive. A few hours here, a few hours there. It adds up, man. It's real easy to get started. First, go to drivewithuber.com to sign up for free.
Drivewithuber.com.
You can do it right now, right from your phone as you listen to this. Second, answer a few basic questions about you and your car, and then get approved. Third, start driving and making money, kids. I told you it's easy. Start enjoying flexibility, working when you want, how you want,
working when
earning
you
extra
want, how
money.
you want.
Sign up to Drive with Uber today.
Sign up now.
Go to
Straight cash.
drivewithuber.com.
Cash.
That's drivewithuber.com. Get your drive on, make money.
Get your drive on.
What do you got, Ev?
All right, first one. Big news that broke yesterday was Tony Ferguson got injured. He had to pull out of the fight with Khabib, which is the main event of the Fox fight.
Damn it!
So
I want to see Khabib so bad.
they're looking for replacements.
Khabib
Guess
is
who's stepping up to the plate?
Cerrone.
Who?
Cowboy, baby.
You're damn right.
It's not a
Cowboy
done
is.
deal yet,
But he wants the fight.
It looks like he's probably going to get it.
I love that
The
guy.
stipulation that I'm hearing
not to love.
is that he also wants to make absolutely sure that he also gets to fight Cote, because he's already booked for a fight against Patrick Cote. So he wants to make sure that regardless
Cerrone?
of what happens, if he gets the Khabib fight, he
Donald's
also gets
amazing.
to fight Cote.
There's a
also.
rumor Donald might be at our Dallas show, our live Dallas show. House
He's
of
the best.
Blues this Friday, Brendan.
Dallas is Friday.
Yeah, there's a rumor. There's a very strong rumor that Cowboy Cerrone. will
I
be in
also
the
heard
audience.
Nate Newton is there with a bunch of coke. That might be rumors. I do not know.
Who?
Nate Newton, the Dallas Cowboy guy who liked to party.
Fuck yeah.
I don't know though. That's a rumor.
Just bags of
Cocaine
man,
Cowboys.
For Cowboy though, tough fight.
At 172.
A 170.
That's a big cut for.
Doesn't that guy fight at 155?
Cote, isn't it?
Cowboy?
Or doesn't
No,
Cote usually
he's
fight
been
it?
fighting
They both, well,
at
yeah, they
79.
both
He's
fight.
on a win streak too.
But it's going to be
Khabib is
I
such
think
a
it
monster.
looks like they'd aim for 170.
Khabib is such a monster.
He's a monster.
Listen, I never bet against my boy Cowboy. I hope he pulls it off. Just the balls to sign up to fight a guy like Khabib. And Khabib, the thing with Khabib, he's had so much time off, he keeps getting injured. If there's a time to fight him, it's now. And remember, they were supposed to fight before.
Yeah.
And Khabib got hurt. So, great
Catch him
fight,
with
man.
the rust.
I'll tell you what, though, Tony Ferguson, man, if he can stay healthy.
I love that guy.
He's such
Oh,
a
my
bad-
God.
His interviews when he's like, when he's talking to the guys in the camera, like straight up, like
He's just a fighter.
Pablo Escobar.
He's
Like,
just a straight fighter.
He's a fighter.
he's
man.
got the
But
sweats.
so
of,
is
he's got
Donald.
the cocaine
Cowboy
sweats. I love it.
Cerrone, the American badass.
That's a fun
Donald
fight, man.
Cerrone.
That would save the card if they can fit Cowboy on that.
Hell
Because
yeah.
the other fight on that card is who?
The whole card is actually pretty good. It doesn't have maybe the biggest names in the world on it, or at least not the biggest matchups, but Lyoto's fighting Dan Henderson on
That's
there.
a good fight.
Yeah, that's good if it's 1997. But what else you got?
I'll always watch this
I love
fight.
Lyoto, though. You know this. Lyoto's my boy. I think Lyoto murks him, but you can never bet against Dan Henderson.
Got the H bomb.
I'll watch those two fight
The
all
wooden
day.
soldier. He's incredible.
Wooden soldier. How dare you?
No, he's
How?
just-
What are you, ISIS?
He's a beast.
It's fucking Dan
What are you,
Henderson.
He's the best, but he's not the.
Nah, you don't have to look it up, Ev. Cowboy has saved that card. That's all that matters. That's a great fight. This is a good fight to
Khabib.
to finally get Khabib too.
Khabib, who is
Khabib.
undefeated. He has never.
Oh, he beat the champ already. No, not like controversial. Ragdoll Dos Anjos.
God, that's so crazy.
Yeah, beat the shit out of him.
Beat the shit
That's why he
out
talks
of
so
him.
much shit. He's all, I already beat everyone. I just got hurt. I own the belt's
God.
mine.
Do you think he'll ever, like, sometimes in the NBA when people get into the league, they get hurt a lot first
know.
because they're going up against grown-ass men. They're going from kids to grown-ass men trying to make $1.
Sure.
Is that in the UFC? Do you think
Not in the
people who
UFC.
might be injured early young grow into their body and get less injured?
I see with Habib Nurmagomedov is he's a sambo.
Great job on
he's-
the name.
Thank you,
Aggressive way to say his
Nurmagomedov.
name.
That's how they- Nurmagomedov. But he's a sambo world champ. So as a kid, he was wrestling. This is a true story. Grizzly bears and shit. So this is what he does. So I think people want to give AK so much shit for DC getting hurt, Cain Velasquez getting hurt, and Khabib Nurmagomedov getting hurt. Well, think about these three. They've been literally competing in a combat sport, wrestling, sambo, whatever you want to call it, for way longer than everyone else. There's going to be injuries. Yeah. It just so happened that these three linked up. And so AK, I don't think it's AK. Dana wants to throw them under the bus and talk about how they need to change their training, all this stuff. You know who doesn't get hurt and still fights? Luke Rockhold. Yeah. Well, Luke Rockhold, when those guys were playing grab ass in the wrestling room, was
touch butt
in the wrestling room, was surfing with hot chicks.
Yeah.
Yes, and playing basketball.
So
he doesn't have that
kind of wear and tear, right?
So Brian and I had talked. Brian go, he's not that old. And I say, age-wise, he's not that old. Fight-wise, he's old as fuck.
Scar tissue and all
Nate
that stuff.
Marquardt's not that old. Maybe 37. He's been fighting since he was 17. Yeah. He is freaking grandfather.
That's
ancient.
LeBron James. LeBron James is 30 years old.
100%.
But he has the body of, he's a brick shithouse, but he's got miles on that. I mean, he's been playing pro ball since 18 years old.
Have you ever seen Greg Oden?
Yeah, well, he
Ohio
came in
State?
grandpa.
If you put him in a lineup and he said, how old is that guy? You would say 44, 45.
Wow.
He was 19 receding hair, 7 foot tall, always hurt.
He looked like
LeBron's Morgan
grandpa.
Freeman.
Yeah.
He looked like Morgan Freeman if he had a shitload of salt. His face was just like Sharpayed and dark as night.
Sharpay.
And hair line back to hair. I was like, what the fuck?
Hung like a horse, though, down to his knees. And he was apologizing to everybody for the picture getting out. That would be my Christmas card. Do you understand what I'm
did he do
saying?
his picture?
Every ho, ho, ho.
Oh, yeah.
Don't need
Yeah,
gifts.
he got a
I'm
little bit of
gifted
trouble.
enough. You know what I'm saying?
Don't need gifts. All set here.
I'm
Yeah.
gifted enough.
Here's your gift.
Yeah.
What else you got, Ev?
You watch a lot
Alright.
of sports?
What?
You watch a lot of
That's
sports?
all I do.
Yeah.
I love it.
How about that national championship game?
Amazing. I think it's
Thank
the
God I
best
have
shot
someone to
ever.
talk with
Ari
it.
doesn't think it.
What? Name a better shot.
He likes the Christian Laettner shot because that's important to get to the fourth. He goes, if he doesn't hit, the worst that happens is they go to overtime. I go, no,
You can't
it's
do that.
following this a crazy, insane shot. I think it's the best shot
This
ever.
is why it's the best shot, because Villanova is such an underdog to a powerhouse of UNC. Christian Laettner and Duke was the favorite. So when he hit it, it's like, okay, well, the dark side still won.
Yeah.
The rich white kid still won. Villanova beating UNC? Fuck that. What?
Yeah.
I've never seen a game like that.
It was
ever.
incredible.
It's rare I jump out of my seat.
Dude.
I was like, oh, shit. Literally nuts, man.
Do you follow, do you play Y ball at all? You ever play Y ball?
What'd you say?
Go down to the YMCA, play basketball?
Oh, no.
That is
I
a
did
classic-
in Denver. I did in Denver.
That guy did a classic old black man shot. You ever watch old black guys at the Y? They don't move. Wherever they're shooting, no air, boom, all net. And they just hit it like every time. You're like, God damn, old black man. It
That's
just
years.
fucking, like their crowd. Will you ever watch old black man do crowd work? Same thing. Just smooth.
OBM.
No move.
OBM.
Boom, bam.
Boom.
Hit it. And he didn't even move. He just went, bam. And he just knew it was going to hit, dude.
Kind of like the way Mark Hunt threw that right, you know. And just
What else you
walked
got,
away.
Ev?
All right, so they announced the next season of The Ultimate Fighter is going to be male flyweights, which is fine, whatever. The twist here, whoever wins, immediate title shot.
Of course. What can we do to get people to watch?
I'm
flyweights?
sorry. I've liked the Ultimate Fighter last couple. I love the two gyms versus each other. I thought that was interesting as fuck and raised the stakes. I've liked it the last couple years.
Cool.
With Conor McGregor, I thought that was interesting too. I mean, I know it's the same format over and over again, but I mean, it's the
Who's
fight
the
game.
coaches?
There are no coaches. There are no
teams?
UFC coaches.
No.
It's,
It's the girls. It's the little
that's
ones.
this
right?
season.
Oh,
That's this season. That's airing on April. It's premieres on the 20th.
So
Joanna
I'm-
Violence.
This
I
is
love
the
her.
following.
So I'm assuming it's gonna be seasoned flyweights who are in this house. Then you can't have a guy who's 2-0 fighting Mighty Mouse.
I would imagine they'll try to get as experienced a lineup as they possibly can. But fuck, man,
Well, that's
coming
what-
out of that house, you have to fight Demetrius Johnson.
I fought Roy Nelson. Fuck you.
Crazy. That's true.
He's a world champion.
Very
I have to
true.
fight Roy Nelson.
Yeah.
And then I'm watching his footage. I'm like, hey, fight this guy. Wait, he already fought Ben Rothwell before me and Andrei Arlovsky. I have 2 fights. What the fuck's going on here?
Yeah.
But then,
to the wolves.
but then think about the girls fought for the world title too. That one. Remember that the
Yeah,
girls
that-
also fight for world title.
Yeah, but there was no established 115-pound division at the time.
Damn.
This is your fighting, arguably.
See,
the
if
pound for
I'm
pound
Mighty
greatest.
Mouse, I put on some LBs and I fight the winner of Dominic Cruz, Uriah, and try and make some bank.
Do you know
man.
what would be a
good
great
call.
thing to do? Do a
Yuri beat
woman's
Dominic.
145. Because they won't make a 145 because they don't think there's enough girls to fight Cyborg. Just do a season of it. 145 chicks, winner fight Cyborg
You'll
for
find
the
girls.
belt.
You'll find girls.
I'm
won't. I don't
so
think you
glad
will.
she's come to UFC because she's such a star in her own right. Like she is.
She's
You
still
put her
gonna
on
suck
something.
to 35, right?
What?
No, she's fighting at 140.
140,
She's
but-
doing catch weights. Why not make a 140 weight class? Why 145? Why do we have to watch these thick bitches fight?
Because there are guys at 45.
There's not girls at
No,
45.
because that's a guy's weight class too. So why not make it a guy's weight class? So
Why
you
not
got
make it girl?
35,
Because
45.
But you can't because girls aren't that big. There's just not that big enough. There's not a big enough pool to fill 115, 135. Then you make a 145.
You don't think so?
Anything that lets
No, I
Cyborg
know
fight in
so.
the big show.
They can't. There's not enough girl. There's
Because
a
that's big. Because you're talking about women have to be like 170.
the pool's
something
just
like
not that big,
Right.
man. The pools, you can't make a weight class for more women when you can't even fill 115, 135. Because that's what most women, especially fighters, would walk around. Even that pool's not big.
Right.
Then you open at 145. Same reason why the UFC doesn't split up the heavyweights. I always thought they should do a 206, 225, 226, 265.
Yeah. Call it the monster
or 226, monster or super heavy, 226 to plus, where you can be 300, whatever. There's just not enough There's not enough guys.
Well, I think they're worried that people just won't work out and then they'll just come in out of shape. But I think what you find in the UFC that people, and you're right, there isn't enough pull, but people will bust their hump to fight at a lower division to get some kind of advantage.
Well, not so much anymore because there's no IVs. So guys are killing themselves.
Now, do you agree with that?
No, I don't agree with no IVs.
Why get rid of no IVs? It does not make sense to me.
And they think they're doing it because they're guys mask PEDs, but what it's doing is certain guys.
Yeah, or they're just not allowed.
It's such a hard gig as it is. Why not make it? Why make it way harder? What do you guys think of the? And I know this is a different thing. The World Series of Fighting, a guy got a $500 purse on national television. That to me is the most
insulting.
It's so fucking insulting. I wouldn't do Valley stand up for $500. You know what I'm saying? It's like to do stand up to leave the town for $500 is insulting.
I think it's insulting, and I think it's weird.
It's the state of the game we're in, though, isn't it? Yeah. You don't think it's insulting that Reebok pays? They would have paid me
Anderson Silva
$5,000. They paid Anderson Silva, one of the greatest of all time, $15,000 for
That's
his
insulting.
entire sponsor. That's to me. It's worse than I'm saying it too. To me, it's worse paying Anderson Silva $15,000 as a Reebok sponsor than paying that kid $500 who probably hasn't proved himself. Anderson Silva, $15,000 head to toe sponsorship in Reebok.
Good luck getting new talent in the UFC, like people who have a lot of prospects. Why would you go into it if
that's why people are going to Bellator?
I mean.
Yeah, well, there's a whole article if you look on it. I think it was MMA Fighting. It might have been MMA.
It was a Mike Chiappetta article. I read it yesterday.
What was that? What's he on? MMA Fighting? Or?
I think it was for Bleacher Report.
Yeah, it was Bleacher Report where the grass is green on the other side. So they talked to Josh Thompson, who signed with Bellator, Matt Mitrione, and Ben Henderson. And, Ben Henderson just said, man, with this Reebok deal and the way I was being treated, it just doesn't make sense. And now I can have any sponsor I want. And then Mitrione was talking about how he's so loyal and his feelings got hurt because for a second he thought they actually cared about him. And, Ben said his negotiation switched when they said that the UFC is about the UFC. It's not about the fighters.
Oh, man.
Well, you can. What is this a surprise when they fire people who've been there forever, like Stitch, like Ariel Helwani?
Helwani's gone? That's crazy.
Not only that, dude. Like I've seen the response from the powers that be at the UFC that some fighters have gotten when they've tried to ask for more money or even just a wage that's livable. It ain't pretty. And you're right. There isn't.
And Josh Thompson talked about how. There's no negotiation. Like he can't pay the bills on. They go, well, sign this contract, and we do give out locker room bonuses. What the fuck? I need a guarantee. My bills, and he's saying this. He goes, my bills don't care about a locker room bonus. If I don't get it, the bills still come.
Yeah.
So I can't gauge whether you guys like my performance or not. That's not going to work for me. I need a guarantee in this day and age. Josh Thompson.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like good business. I don't know how.
I don't think they're that smart. I know. I've said this before. I just don't think they're that smart.
Who? The UFC?
Yes.
Well, my biggest problem is sometimes they just throw their cash cows into matches where they're going to get destroyed. And it just doesn't. A great example is Brock Lesnar comes back from getting 12 feet of his colon taken out or whatever number that was. And you throw him right in with Overeem. It's
not only Overeem, Uberreem.
Yeah,
all jacked up on probably the best heavyweight ever in the world at that given time when he's so roided up, came fresh off a K1 World Championship. Then you toss Brock Lesnar from his hospital bed.
He doesn't strike.
He tries to. Yeah. He got kicked right in the stomach.
Yeah, right in the side.
Oh, God! He was literally like, I'll try. And his coach was like, just protect your stomach. No problem. Oh, God. Yeah, he's a K1 World Champion. I'm sorry.
And got caught with a shin.
He made millions. But again, I don't. Again, the reason why you get those matchups and you get these Reebok deals and you get unhappy employees is because they think they can fuck over anyone and screw anyone over. And it's about the UFC. People watch the UFC, and I think they're wrong. People pay to watch stars. People pay to watch talent. They don't care if it's Bellator. Look at the Bellator ratings. They don't care if it's Bellator. They don't care if it's Calabasas Fight Club. If it's a good fighter and you can market them right, that's what matters, not the brand.
And that's a big reason why I think they fucked up with Cyborg. Cyborg could have been doing pay-per-views for them for the last 3 or 4 years. and like fighting at a catch weight, and that would have been another person you could put on a card to sell a fucking pay-per-view. And they just
You know why
they
you
were
can't do
protecting
that?
Ronda so much
There you go.
that they didn't even want her to get in the thing. And I
There
just
you go.
you know, who knows how much longer Ronda's going to be here, but I'm pretty sure Cyborg's going to fight till the wheels fall off.
Well, that's why they went, all right, what do we do now? Ronda's kind of out making movies. Holly just lost. Misha's a champ who Ronda beat twice already. You know what? Sign Cyborg.
Yeah.
Like, it was finally like the shit hit the fan that I finally like, all right, bring in Cyborg. You know what that girl's going to do? She's going to beat people's faces in.
yeah, and I'm excited.
Yeah.
I like it. And you know what? I'd hit it, too. I would hit that. I'm happy.
Cyborg?
Yeah, I would crush
You
it.
mean hit her like Ray Rice? or
No,
hit
no,
it
no.
like
I would drop D on her all day.
All day.
I like thick bitches, man.
D's elbows.
Yeah, I'm fine
That's
with
what
that,
I
too.
would drop on her. D's elbows. She's,
I like
I
them
like
thick,
the
she
dude.
might whip my
I like
ass.
the way you're thinking.
I do, dude. I like some
What else you
thick
got,
ass
Ed?
women.
All right, last one we got is the biggest mass doping scandal in hockey history.
Oh,
The
yeah.
entire, and I mean, it's a 30-plus kid roster. The entire Russian under 18 World Junior team has been replaced one day before they're supposed to leave for Worlds because the entire team got popped for using meldonium.
What
which
is
a
that?
A PED.
Good God. Well, it's Russia, man. Yeah.
They don't care.
They don't give a fuck. That's
Dude,
what they do there. China, I mean, it's not a
Like,
level
you
playing
get out
field.
of Russia if you shoot this in your ass. I would be. My ass would look like a fucking porcupine with all the needles hanging out of it.
Yeah, I got to agree with that.
Right?
I
Get
get a
the
chance to
fuck
get
out
out
of
of
there.
here.
The
Here,
Russians-
here, give me that stick of
The
Ebola. I'll
Russians
just
have been
fucking,
using steroids since, I think, the 1950s.
They were the kind that originated.
Steroid is a
Yeah.
Russian word.
Some
I
of the
think.
women who were swimmers had to have, they took so much testosterone that they had to have a sex change and become a man. Did you know
God,
that?
dog.
Including not only the swimmers, but the shot putters.
Caitlyn Jenner said, "Say what?"
Yeah. They
God damn.
literally took so many steroids. It was state sanctioned. They were basically had to that they became.
They were probably around the circle,
men.
all gathered around the circle right before the swim meet, and they're like, Jesus Christ, we look like men.
They started growing beards, getting Adam's apples.
They just wanted the pee standing up.
clitorises started to enlarge.
Swim like a goddamn dolphin, though.
And lifting like crazy. And back in the day when we didn't really know what was going on, we were like, how are these women this big and strong?
They're just Russian. Nah, bitch.
It's the same shit that Maria Sharapova just got popped for.
Oh, wow. Yeah, she got
It's
busted,
like
right?
it's an endurance.
It was
drug.
it was legal
It's like
for a long
the,
time.
Yeah, it was legal for a while. It seems like it's practically like the state approved steroid of Russia. Like Putin's probably just putting these in everybody's.
Poor
Does not
Poor
care.
Sharapova.
So
Poor
yeah, the
Sharapova.
entire under 18 Russian hockey team got replaced, and now they have a bunch of under 17-year-olds who are going to get murdered in this tournament.
I don't know, man. They're Russians. They don't care.
Yeah, they certainly don't.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That's a wrap on currents.
Ah, man. Good thing you rapped. I'm starving, Brian.
Starving. What are you gonna eat tonight?
Dude, I don't know. We got to get on a plane. I don't have a lot of time. Actually, I really do got to get going and packing. But we don't have a lot of time,
Why don't
man.
you do what I do? Why don't you just get Blue Apron delivered to your door? That's right.
You get dropped off to my door?
Well, that's basically how my family and I eat all the time. I was going to take a picture of the box that was waiting for me.
glad
on my
you
board.
didn't.
Yesterday, I had rice and these delicious meatballs in this awesome curry sauce. I don't even know what it is. I just know my wife can make it in a half hour. It comes.
Yeah, but it comes to your door step by step.
Yeah,
each
less than
fresh ingredient.
Less than $10 a meal. Less than $10 a meal.
What? And then
Yeah.
each serving's only 500, 700 calories?
That's
This
exactly
is
right.
brilliant, Brian.
That's exactly
Get your
right.
Wolfgang puck on.
Yeah, listen. For real, it shows up. It actually portions out everything you need. It portions it out. So you're
Cooking
not
made
like-
easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but is it crazy expensive? What if I just want to try it like 2 free meals or
I
something?
said it's for less than $10 a meal.
I know, but what if I
all right?
want to try it?
cook? Listen. You look before.
I'm
I talk
listening.
about it,
Everyone's
you
listening.
can cook with things like watermelon radishes.
Whoa.
Things like farro. Things like purple potatoes. You know who eats purple potatoes, everybody?
Barney.
No. Some of the longest lived people in the world in Okinawa, they don't eat rice. They use purple potatoes. Okay?
Live longer. Eat
Fun
Yeah.
facts.
Yeah, I'm not saying that if you eat Blue Apron, you're going to live to over 100, but that's exactly what I'm saying. And recipes are between 500 700 calories per portion, delicious and good for you. Right now, you can get your first 2 meals for free at blueapron.com/fighter. That's blueapron.com/fighter. Blue Apron, a better way and an easier way and a more joyful way to cook.
I
for
love
your
you
family.
guys.
See that?
You guys are doing great.
We do all right.
Thanks, man.
We're doing great.
trying.
Sam Tripoli, we love having you. I think we got some fan questions.
Yeah, we got some fan questions.
Oh, no.
What do you got, Kay? You picked them, huh?
Yeah, I did.
Kay
What
with
you
her
got,
half
girl?
jeans on.
Special K.
Okay.
I love Special K.
Oh yeah.
The dancer?
All right. First question. How has becoming a father changed Brendan's outlook on life, and will you have more kids?
I'd like a bunch of kids. I mean, I get this question a lot at the live shows. I'd like a bunch of kids. I'd like a squad, but my schedule's so nuts. I guess if anything, it makes me more responsible. Like I did a Instagram post of me driving that Polaris or whatever the hell it was, this little like race car. It goes 200 miles an hour. It's super dangerous. And before I'd just be like, whatever. If something happens, I'm fine. But I got in there and I'm like, you know what? Probably shouldn't buy this thing. Kind of got to be around for this kid. This thing's really fast and dangerous.
I was in Napa Valley with my wife, and we were going to go on a hot air balloon ride, and the kids were not there. They were with their grandparents. And I was like, I looked at my wife. I was like, we can get in an air balloon and have a nice time, but if that shit breaks or crashes, we're both dead.
Yeah, what happens to the
I'm
kids?
not doing that. I'm not going to orphan my kids because we wanted to go on a fucking
Yeah, I
hot
do
air
pros
balloon.
and cons. Pros, I buy this fast little goat cart, goes 200 miles an hour. Con, I die. My kid grows up with a dad. Boom, pretty easy. What else you got, Kay?
All right. Brian, how many minutes of material should I have prepared for my first open mic attempt?
Sam, you want to answer this first?
I think 5 minutes, man.
Just 5?
5, yeah.
Yeah. Just do simple stuff. Talk about who you are, what you like, something about your family. And when you showcase, and I helped you showcase kind of, so I remember I was very excited. I wanted to help you get in there. When you show it, do you remember the jokes you showcased at the Comedy Store with?
I don't really, but I did the Israeli guy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all I remember.
I remember that I did being Armenian, going to the beach, my mom power walking, and how Asians are so smart. That's why they love ecstasy, because their visuals are so much better than everybody else's, you know? And it's like, why everyone else is playing Atari graphics, they're getting
You're talking
Xbox.
about Sam's talking about getting cleared for the Comedy Store. When
Yeah.
we had to audition for Mitzi Shore, and
Yeah.
very few people get past that.
Yeah. So I just say talk about like just 5 minutes, man. Go up there with 5 simple jokes and just get through it.
Yeah, commit,
Prepare to eat it.
slow down, and just go.
And if you eat it, just know everybody else did. You either eat your first time or your second time. Sometimes you'll kill it on the first
Or
one.
your
And you're like,
30th time.
I'm the chosen one. Where's my HBO special? And then the next day you bomb. You're like, damn you, comedy gods.
It's true. First 3 years of stand-up, it's hit or miss. What you don't even know how to get the.
It's like heroin withdrawal. You're like, and you're just like down in the dumps.
Yep.
Okay, one more question. This is from a girl. Shout out to all the girls that asked us these questions. Do you guys like to cuddle at night, or do you need your space? And should we be offended if you don't?
You can tell Kay picked these questions.
Okay, she's so
Girly, look how girly Kay is.
She's all girly.
I mean, I've been in a relationship so long. That's your side. This is my side. And our dog splits us. That's how it goes. But,
Yeah.
I mean, a little cuddling here and there is fun. But also, I'm a lone wolf.
Yeah.
So I need my space once in a while. When I need to go out and just be by myself, once in a while I got to be by my space. I don't mind a little cuddling.
I've had girls I love cuddling, and I've had girls that I don't cuddle.
I'm with Brian on this. I'm a bit of a cuddle monster, though. I
think
like
cuddling- I
to
think
snuggle up.
cuddling's awesome.
I like to go ahead and snuggle up.
I do too.
Yeah, I'm a snuggler.
I like to be the inside
I'm a
spoon,
snuggler.
though.
I'm a cuddler, and I love it. But
Yeah, I like
sometimes women don't like.
I
it.
like love through affection, like touching. So yeah,
You mind if I have
That's
a
your
girl that's
love
like just
language.
not into that?
yeah. My love language is. Physical.
I like to shank her with my meat stick.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Here's
you know,
my
Sam,
meat stick to cuddle.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Did that go too far?
no, it didn't, man. And Sam, while you're hitting that meat stick, I just want you to know you can do it with the softest sheets you've ever had in your life.
Really?
What?
Yeah, man.
Thanks for tying that into one of our sponsors. Well, that's the end of this sponsorship.
But the thing is,
But speaking of cuddling,
cuddling, man. You want
cuddle
to
in
cuddle in
bed.
some soft sheets.
Well, of course you wanna
You
cuddle
want
in bed.
cuddle in the softest sheets.
yeah, because I'm super hard. Because my body is super hard just from training so much. You know how I'm a piece of granite with the softest skin. Now, why
You really
in the
are,
world-
man. But there's actual presidents who use these sheets. So I thought,
Whoa.
okay, if the president of the United States used these sheets, I think I can use them.
Well, you want.
Shouldn't you wash
highest
them
quality-
first?
Well,
I don't.
You want this. This is highest quality organic cotton, 100% organic cotton, and
Got that?
yeah. And you can only get them in one place. This is why Bull and Branch sheets, which are amazing quality, and we both sleep in them actually, all BS aside.
about that.
We actually do. And I do a lot of stuff in those
Yeah, but
sheets.
how much are they, B? Like, can I get them at the store, or do they cut out the
They
middleman?
cut out the middleman, okay? They cut out the middleman, so they're way cheaper. These quality sheets are so much cheaper than you get them at some department store, and that is a fact. I've actually done. You know me. I go and
do your
price 'em.
research,
I go
man.
check, take a look. There's only one place. Go to Bull and Branch, BOLL and branch.com, where you know you're paying for quality.
Yeah, but what can you do for the fans?
Listen, dude, this is what I'm going to do for them. All right, you can sleep in them for 30 nights for free.
Dang.
If you don't love them, and I mean love them,
Good-ass deal.
send them back. Just send them back. 30 nights. You want to talk about who wants to sleep in somebody else's sheets? They obviously throw them away. Bottom line is, you sleep in them for 30 nights, and if you don't like them, send them back. That's how much confidence
good they are.
That they have confidence in their product. Gets better. Go to bullandbranch.com, BOLL and branch.com today. 20% off your entire order. Sheets, towels, blankets, duvet covers. I'm a guy, so I don't use those. Everything plus free shipping and all that. Okay, and it all comes. They come packaged. They come beautifully packaged in a bow,
sure
in a
do.
signature box.
Get ballandbranch.com.
Use promo code FIGHTER. All right.
Sam, my man, we appreciate you going on. We
Can I-
we have to catch a plane in New Orleans.
Can I just give a shout out? I'm going to be Friday. I'm going to be in Fresno at
Ooh, boom.
Chris Cruz's gig. He's hired me again. I'm going to be at this place called Joe's Place, which I hope is a restaurant, not actually Joe's Place. So I don't know. I'm just going to show up and sling dick jokes. So
You're crazy if you don't go see Sam Tripoli.
Yeah, Sam's one of the best. in the
guys,
game.
have fun. I'm so happy for your success. You guys
Well,
have.
I'm glad we got
you're
you
the
on the podcast.
little podcast that could. I usually tell a crazy story, but you guys got to get on the.
Go ahead. What is the crazy story?
No, I got a couple of them.
It's
I've been
long?
on high speed car chase with police helicopters and gotten away. I was going to tell that one. Or I made Dennis Rodman cry one time.
Dude,
but
we gotta get you back on. We gotta have you back on for
hear
these
this.
stories. Check out his podcast, Punch Drunk correct?
sports
Punch Drunk Sports.
and the International Bad Boys Hour.
Boom. We will be, while you guys are listening to us, come on down to New Orleans. It's almost sold out. Dallas and Houston might be sold out. If not, check out right now at tfatk.com. House of Blues at all three. tfatk.com. tfatk3d.com for the pre-sale of the Fire and Kid TV show. This is the Fire and Kid. We're out.